You're more technically advanced, I think, in your family.
A little bit.
Do you suspect? Do you believe that you'll be getting a 4K in the next
It'll go nice with that PlayStation 4.
Do I believe? I
1
know.
year, 2 years?
Do I believe I'll be upgrading my television? Probably in the next year or so.
Year? Yeah.
Yeah, after Spider and I got married and moved in, like he has this TV, and it's kind of a sad story. An ex-girlfriend made him buy it,
Oh.
and it's really really old. And I think I'm gonna surprise him one day and just
Oh,
upgrade it.
4K.
Is it a flat screen?
It is a flat screen.
Is it 9 inches thick?
No, thank goodness. Thank goodness. It's a Sony.
It's
of some
technically
sort.
flat.
Right,
Yeah.
but don't lift it on your own.
Yeah, please don't do that. And I would like something with a couple more HDMI ports in it.
Oh,
I want
I-
to be able to plug everything.
I
in.
agree, except the way I have it, all my HDMIs go into the receiver, and only one thing goes into the TV.
Yeah,
You
that's
don't want to
change
have all these
receiver?
wires,
That's what I do, too.
PlayStation, DVD player, or whatever.
Although these days, how much do you have running into that?
Into what, the
Into
receiver?
your receiver.
I have the DVD jukebox,
Why?
Still.
Oh, because you use it. Okay,
Right.
okay. I'm sorry.
I
I thought you
have
meant CD jukebox.
the PlayStation 3,
All right.
excuse me, that was a slip, and the cable box, or the DirecTV box.
You still have
so that's
cable.
3.
All right.
And what else would there be? I guess that's it.
Okay.
So I have the 3.
And you get Netflix and Hulu and all that stuff
Correct,
on
through the PlayStation.
something like
yeah,
that.
it comes
Yeah.
through the PlayStation, yes. So I have one 50-foot HDMI plug that goes,
50.
it's 50 because,
Oh, because those are on a shelf
right,
somewhere.
it's on a
Okay.
separate shelf. The
Yeah,
wall
yeah.
that the TV's on is
Yeah.
nothing, just the TV. I like that.
And that's
so
nice, yeah, it
off
looks
to the
nice.
side, it's a wire. It goes up the wall into the attic, and then it comes back down and plugs into the TV set. So I only have
That's
one
slick.
wire
That's
going
nice.
to the TV.
Nice.
That is
It
nice.
is nice. I guess you don't need a lot of HDMI plugs on
And
the
that's
TV.
cool too because you don't see all the dumb lights on the receiver and the DVD player and the
Right,
and
it's
the-
off. It's off out of
somewhere in there.
eyesight.
I like
Yes,
that.
That's radical.
I like the way it used to be was buy an entertainment center and put all your cool stuff there.
No.
And then the TV up above it. But then
Now-
I like that floor space.
Yeah.
So the kids can run around and then the cat can run around or whatever. We're not bumping into anything.
Oh,
Now
squeaker.
the cabinet is over here. If I'm sitting on the couch here, the cabinet is over here. I
Mm-hmm.
have one wire going up the wall into the ceiling to the TV set. Just one. That's
Yeah, that's
all
cool.
you need.
And then how do you switch it from the different thingies? It just
Just
on-
a universal
Point the-
remote.
Point the remote that
Radical.
way.
Instead of you don't point it at the TV, you just point it to the side. You don't even need to do that. It picks up the signal.
I got a new Apple TV.
Oh, you bought the
Ooh.
new Apple TV.
I did, and it is slick.
And you got it hooked up, and it
It
works
is-
okay.
It is really cool. And Apple did the things that they always do. That's always like, that's cool as shit. But why did they do it? So when you're booping around on the screen, on your screen, if you boop to the left of
Uh-huh.
something on the left of the screen, the boop only comes out of the left speaker.
Ah.
And if you boop over toward the middle and then toward the right, the boop comes from the right. It's like-
somebody back at Apple headquarters is like, someone's gonna love that.
Yeah.
when they do it.
which is so stupid, so dumb.
What happens
but
if you point the arrow up?
Is that like when your girlfriend's
Just in the
talking in
middle.
one ear and
Yep.
you need the TV audio over here?
I don't know.
What?
And then another thing is when you hover on like movie posters, you can it's the remote now has like a little touchpad, so you
Okay.
can move your thumb around on it to swipe around and to do stuff. So it's a lot easier to navigate. Anyway, you hover on a movie poster and then you can sort of wiggle it. You like wiggle your finger on the touchpad and the movie poster wiggles just to show no to let you know that that's where you are. You're on this movie poster.
Oh.
But what's cooler than that is that they have done like up to a 4-level ViewMaster 3D effect to movie posters,
Wow.
so that when it wiggles, it's
It's not
kind
2D.
of a 3D situation
Really?
where the front letters will move farther than the background.
Son of a gun.
And somebody is sitting in a cubicle, and that's their job probably, is to create these 3D images of 40 or 60 new movies every month.
Did you have any issues with installation or with the remote or anything? I had a friend who bought it also, and the remote wasn't working at all at first.
No, the remote worked fine. It was just a gigantic pain in the ass because your new Apple TV doesn't talk to your old Apple TV. So you have to import all new apps as far as Hulu and Netflix and all that stuff, and you have to enter in your passwords and whatevers, and it's an excruciatingly painful process because you have to go swiping around on a keyboard instead of using your iPhone, which you used to be able to do as a remote, which you could actually use a keyboard to type in through your Apple TV, so that doesn't work anymore.
That's
at least not now.
interesting. On the PlayStation 3, there is in the settings, you scroll up, scroll down, you go down. There's a section there that says, for upgrading to the next version of PlayStation, so that you can save all your stuff.
Oh yeah.
And then it will go to your new PlayStation 4.
And that's what iPhones have done since the very beginning. You can just
Right.
upload to the cloud, and then everything downloads to your new phone, and you never lose contacts. You never lose anything. You got everything. But for some dumb reason, the TV operating system from the old one is just like, no, fuck you. There's no compatibility between the two. But now that it's set up, it's awesome. I love it.
What did you have before that? Just the old Apple TV?
I had the version 2. This is now the version 4, so I skipped a version.
Skip 3.
Because really the only thing you got with the 3 was 1080p over 720p. But this is a completely new situation. You can play games on it. The remote is also like a Wii remote, so it knows where it is. You can play like a tennis game by throwing around your remote. I haven't thrown it at the TV yet.
It's gonna happen.
Probably.
Yep.
So what do you do with the old Apple TV?
I gave it to somebody. I gave it to a friend.
Ah, there you go.
Aw.
Oh, somebody walking in with a Boba Fett backpack. A little bit busier here than some of these past Fridays
It
we've
is,
had.
yeah.
I'm
It
seeing-
was a little noisy behind us.
and
For
check
a
out the
minute
bar. A lot of activity at the bar tonight.
there. Oh, yeah.
I don't even know if there's any kind of event tonight. I didn't see anything on the calendar for tonight. Do you know of anything, Queen Q, that's going on tonight, or is,
Is that
it just
John?
regular?
I
Is that
just
John
show up.
Pickethley?
What?
You can't see that far, but it looks like John Pickethley there in the white shirt at the right-hand side of the bar.
Friend of ours from school. Let me take a look.
I doubt that.
Oh,
it is.
I see what you're saying. In the white.
Yeah, he looks a little.
No, he doesn't live. He doesn't
looks
live
a
in Orlando
little
anymore.
Oh, he doesn't? Where'd he
No,
go?
Remember, he moved.
I didn't know that. Sorry,
What's the
personal.
place on the beach?
You guys are goofy.
Delray.
No, that's
Satellite
where his,
Beach?
That's where his parents live in Satellite Beach.
Smyrna?
No, I'm not sure, but he doesn't live in Orlando anymore. Not
Oh, I
just,
didn't know that. Okay.
Now I got to go look that up because now I can't remember.
Okay.
All right, so
What else is new?
What else is new is that last time we got a chance to sit and just say, "Hey, what's going on with you?" Greg's
Yeah.
all, "I got a new car," and then it's like, "So how did that go?" My car was in an accident.
I crashed my car.
And how many weeks were you without the car?
5 1/2.
Dang, dude.
And then
Yeah.
just this week,
Just today,
just today, you got the car back.
and I crashed it.
No. So tell us, insurance and all that, good times.
Yeah.
What was the final damage, if that's a good word to use?
Oh, how much to fix it?
Yes.
Nothing. The insurance covered it.
Woo!
I don't care.
Yay, insurance.
Yeah. And it was completely not my fault, 100% taking responsibility from the other guy, that is Pitt.
Putting the glasses back on.
See him over there with the beer?
No, that's not him.
Oh, that's his doppelganger then.
What?
It's a friend of ours from
Our friend
college.
our friend is whiter than that.
The guy,
Is
the
he?
guy in
Okay.
the white shirt holding
Yeah,
the beer?
yeah, holding the
oh,
beer.
no, that's Brian Chrisann.
Then that's not Pitt. Okay.
Oh, that's a
Could
photographer.
have easily been him. Now,
However, if I
just
brought
for Queen Q's sake, I will find a picture of John Pickett.
yeah, if I well, you got to find a recent one where he got really fat though.
All right.
No, I know that
So-
guy. He's at Goth Night all the time.
Difficulty level.
John Pickett
strong.
can be found on the very successful 1990s BC Boy music video, High Plains Drifter, starring Greg Moen.
Damn it! You know what, Art? I had a.
We made a music video back in the fraternity days.
Oh my gosh, that was a disaster. It took forever.
No. It was a disaster to
High
edit.
Plains,
That took
High
forever.
Plains Drifter. Oh, did it? Okay. I went through a bunch of old photographs from
Those days.
those days.
Was it like a Nickelback montage?
Look at this photograph!
One
Wow.
tear in the eye as he's flipping through all the different girls.
You know what? I was on my computer today, kind of running through my music of what to put on my phone so that I could play it in the car. And this is important because there's no top one, and everybody's going to hear what I'm playing in the car. And I stopped on my Nickelback songs, and I did.
She was kidding too.
I did pull one over, but it was not Photograph. It was something in your mouth, I think. Anyway,
Wait, what?
they have a song called "Something in Your Mouth."
Oh, okay.
I'm not making this stuff up.
I don't know if that one was on the radio. So here's our friend John.
I like it when we just talk about
Oh,
anything.
God, it looks just like him.
Right?
Distance, right?
Very,
Yeah.
very similar.
Right.
Not the same.
Okay, so the car is back.
The car is back. The car's
it's-
good.
It sounds good. It looks good. It's comfortable. The ride is smooth.
The ride is great.
Now,
I'm
when?
very happy with it.
And we've talked about this before.
Mm-hmm.
When will you go on your trip in this car?
That is going to happen. I think I'm going to leave in May of next year, of this coming year, May. I'm going to go up the East Coast. Is that what I'm doing?
Well, you're not going west.
No, I am going
I'm
west.
sorry. Up
I'm-
the East Coast.
I'm gonna start going. Oh gosh, I don't know how to do this now. My plan is to not
Just like when you go to the mall. Just go to the right and stay to the right and go all the way around the country.
that. You know what? That's how you get through a maze.
Corn maze.
A corn maze.
We just
Always
went to
go
the
to
corn
the right.
maze. We went to the corn maze in Zellwood with the Girl Scouts,
Was it fun?
and it was still warm last month, and we were like, oh god, we're gonna go with all the girls at once, and the girls and I were like, we're blowing past these girls because it's too hot. The girl said, just to be safe, you go to the right and you stay to the right, no
Yep.
matter what.
Yep.
You'll find
you
your
will
way out.
eventually get out.
It's a big maze, that one in Zellwood. That's a huge maze.
Because the reason why people get lost in mazes is because they go one way and they're like, oh no, and then they come back and then it goes a different way and then they go, oh no, and then they have no idea where they've been. If you always go right, if you just follow the right-hand wall everywhere, you will never go the same place twice, so you will eventually find the end.
This very sound advice could have saved Jack Nicholson in The Shining.
They really could have, but he froze to death. He's a dummy.
Damn.
Yep.
Yeah.
So always stay to the right. See what you're learning. See what you're learning here on the show.
Yeah, if I'm ever like in a corn maze, I'll know what to do. God, I hope there isn't one in Guardians.
It's so funny because John Piquetly used to do that joke, shouting out his girlfriend's name, pretending to be Jack out in the maze. Milady! Like he was coming after her in the dark.
Oh,
wow.
we have led a
Good
colorful
times.
life. Good.
Those are some good
times.
podcasts if we wanted to talk about that. Okay, so the car is good to go.
Car's great.
You're happy with that. And what's been going on with you other than your trips to Atlanta?
Fallout 4.
What is that? Oh,
Fallout
that's
4.
your game. That's
Oh
your
my
jam.
god. So
You've
somebody got me Fallout 4.
Have you been playing that on the PlayStation 4?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
It's bizarre how many great AAA titles have all come out right now.
Because you know what happens
Christmas.
is they come out and then you go like 2 or 3 years without like a decent game to play and then they all come out again. It's like that.
How long since Fallout 3? Only 2 years though,
God.
right?
No. It's been longer because I remember when Fallout 3 came out, we threw a party, a 50s themed party.
No kidding.
And it was like way back before like even my last boyfriend. So it's probably been 4 or 5 years.
Oh.
Yeah, it's been a long
I
time.
never got into the Fallout games.
Oh my god.
They look gorgeous. I gotta say, Fallout 4 looks amazing. I mean, it looks beautiful.
If you can excuse the glitches, like you're gonna have a good time.
I'm sorry, I can't do that.
Oh god.
Because there's absolutely no glitches in Black Ops 3.
See, I hit like 6 or 7 glitches already in Fallout. I actually have the infinite caps glitch, and I'm kind of
Oh.
cheating right now. I don't really
Aw.
care. But it's beautiful. It's amazing what they did with the story this time was way different than 3. Because in this one, unlike the previous Fallouts,
You
you
get
get
a
to
dog.
see. Well, you get a dog, and you get to see what the world looked like before the bombs dropped. That's the first time they've ever
didn't
done
it just
that.
look like the 60s?
No, because even though it looks like the 50s,
Is
it's
it
supposed
an
to be
alternate
the 50s.
50s alternate past?
Yeah, it's actually 2077 when the bombs dropped.
Oh.
Yeah, people think that it dropped in the 50s, but no, that's not the case. Actually, the technology took a different route in the 50s, and they started using more gas-powered stuff instead of like how we do electronics like this. They did more gas-powered stuff, and it caused the world to start running out of resources, and that's what eventually they say caused the war that caused the nuclear fallout.
I like the creativity that lends when you create an alternate past or an alternate future. Like the BioShock games were really cool for that because they got to invent a completely new world where things didn't operate the same way that they operate now or did in the 20s or 30s.
They had their
Or was-
own rules.
Was that 40s? Was BioShock in the 40s and then
It was-
Infinite was the 20s?
Infinite was earlier than the 20s.
Right.
Infinite was like early 1900s, late 1800s.
Something like that.
And then the
Infinite was the most amazing game I've ever played.
Infinite was beautiful. That's the only game I have ever purchased and binged from start to finish. I didn't mean to.
And racist.
It was that
It was
good.
oh, that's so funny because
horribly racist.
when I brought it home and Spider's watching me play it and
You should sit. You should sit.
Oh dear.
Sit. By the way, Brian Downs joining the conversation.
Brian Downs, welcome.
Brian Downs just walked
Thank you.
in,
Thank
and
you. I was given the mysterious.
yeah, I just did you the wave
gesture.
over. Brian, of course, is the
It's like
author.
being selected for Skull and Bones.
He's the author. Brian is the author of the Summer Fun Time Kids novel, The Berlin Fraternity.
Hell yeah, he is.
Summer
And
Fun
we're always
Time
glad to have
Kids.
him here. And Todd Fisher joining us. We
Hello.
haven't seen you. Hi, how are
Todd.
Hi, everybody. I just came by, and I know I'm late to the party
Yes.
on what I'm about to say. But
Yes, there is a Star Wars movie coming out.
but if you haven't seen the Babadook,
Wait, what?
it's amazing.
The movie?
I watched the Babadook last night for the first time, and everybody had been raving about it, and I loved it.
Is it on Netflix?
It is.
that-
Yes.
Okay, okay.
It is on Netflix.
I'm behind the times. I have not
I
seen that
loved
either,
it.
but everybody keeps talking about
That's
it.
really all I wanted to say. It's an Australian film, but it's fantastic, and you guys should all watch it. That's
very
all.
good. Well, you heard it here first,
Carry
everyone.
on. Carry on.
Carry on.
The Babadook, now available on Netflix.
Yes. Totally available.
Well, good. How you been doing, Brian? We haven't seen you in a couple weeks. We didn't do a show. No, we did do a show last week. We didn't do one the week before that. Next week we will not because of the holidays, Thanksgiving. But what have you been up to since we saw you last? Which was at the Necro.
Mancy.
Necromancy.
Thank you, Necromancy.
sure. Well, let's see. I was an author guest at Spooky Empire this year.
Yes.
So that was fun.
Were you a part of a panel?
Yeah, I participated in a number of panels. I am that important.
Very good.
I'm a little jealous.
And that was great. That was fun. A lot of other authors there, Central Florida authors. So it's great to meet, other people who are in the
Which
same boat.
there's more than we probably realize, aren't there?
Yeah, well, yes, I'm sure that there are. Of course, writing is something that happens somewhat invisibly. People tend to do it at home, so you don't necessarily know that it's going on, but it's going on.
Did you get any kind of questions from the crowd? Anything that stood out?
No question from the crowd stood out. But it was interesting to be recognized. You start.
That's something.
Yeah, you're on panels, and then you're walking around the halls, and people come up and say, "You're the writer, aren't you?"
Nice.
And I wanted to say I'm one of several writers. Actually,
Yes.
who are,
But thank you for the recognition.
I'm the center of the hive mind. There was one moment where I was walking down the concourse, and there were three women sitting on a bench, and I heard one of them say my name to her companions, but not to me.
Wow.
And I'm like, this is what it feels like to be Matt Damon all
Oh
the time.
my gosh, Brian going out
Matt
and just
Damon.
getting recognized and name called out in the middle of the street. That's what you missed. And Todd dropped by to just let us know he had just finally seen the Babadook on Netflix.
The what?
That's all he wanted to say. Babadook?
The Babadook, the Australian film, Greg.
I don't know.
Okay, see, I hadn't seen it
Anything
yet
about it.
either.
We're all staring
He says,
uncomfortably
check it
at
out.
you now. It's a masterpiece. I haven't seen it.
I'm not
You know,
uncomfortable.
I haven't seen it either. It's
I'm a
okay.
sociopath. It doesn't matter. I'm good. I'm all right.
So what kind of what went on at the panel?
Well, we did a number of panels. We did one panel about how to survive the zombie apocalypse.
Yes.
I know how. Just wait. They'll die.
Yes.
That was something that came up. Will they eventually die?
The winter,
Obviously.
right? You think they wouldn't survive a winter, but then again, in The Walking
Well,
Dead, it's in
they're not
Atlanta. There's not really a big, strong winter.
I have a. Does any? Let's play a game.
Okay.
And I'm taking over the conversation.
Would you like to play a game?
How is the only? How do you see The Walking Dead ending satisfactorily?
Oh.
I don't watch The Walking Dead.
Some more dead
so
people?
nothing
it
to say.
wouldn't be all of them dying because that would just be a bummer.
Any zombie apocalypse? How would it end satisfactorily? That's not a word. I just made it.
Satisfactorily?
Satis.
Well, I suppose.
What would be satisfactory?
Well, the bad come to a bad ending and the good come to a good ending. That's what fiction means, as Oscar Wilde said at one point.
Some sort of cure? I don't know. I don't think there's a lot of scientists left to be working on a cure. Remember the season 1 or 2 where they were at the CDC in Atlanta and they were like,
Yeah,
"We're
season,
fucked."
season 1 CDC just said, no, we got nothing. Sorry.
Right.
And then end of season.
Then they blew up the building or something.
Middle of season 4 is when the guy who was a scientist who said he had the cure needed to get
Oh,
to
Washington.
D.C. I'm spoiling everybody. I'm sorry.
No, we've seen it.
No, it's cool.
Well, he basically said, no, I was kidding. I don't
I just
really
wanted to
have it."
survive and have everybody protect me. That was pretty smart, actually.
I guess you'd run out of people.
So that ends
But you're
poorly.
right. How does it end satisfactory? I
was
guess it
think-
ends where they get to a civilization that has been unaffected.
Yeah, I was thinking about this, and I was thinking they're going to eventually find a military something or other, and they get transported to Hawaii, where they've been
Right.
able to control the population and
Right.
kill off all zombies, and that's a safe zone. And then that's how civilization is going to have to start again.
It's airborne. If you die, you still get
Yeah.
Or-
the knife to the head.
yeah, or oh shoot, you're right.
Yeah, George Romero zombies.
You're right. There's no. I mean, if it's
forgot
airborne,
about
if
that
it's
part.
airborne, and if you die,
You
you
become
come back
zombie.
to life. Right. So
Right.
you're kind of screwed in that respect, unless.
Because you can't control every time somebody dies. I mean, somebody's
Right.
going to die without.
Well, yes, but you can control the zombies. I mean, if someone dies alone with no one
So-
to stab them in the head, that
Yeah.
also means that they probably died in a remote area.
Well-
so the zombie that results is not much of a threat.
What
You're
would be
probably right.
what would be the situation where we wouldn't use what's air? It would be underwater. We're gonna build like a
Bioshock.
Aquaman
But,
palace.
but why do you have to
Rapture.
avoid
Let's
the
build
air?
Rapture.
because the
Screw it.
virus is airborne.
Well,
I
yeah.
guess.
Well, I understand that the virus is airborne, but all you have to do is if Grandma passes away of
Right, take
old
her out.
age, you just
Right.
you just drive a screwdriver through.
Right.
People
right.
die of accidents too.
Right.
Can you imagine what
Well, sure,
the
but-
reality of The Walking Dead smells like?
Oh,
I try not
yeah.
to think about
Because
that.
literally you're surrounded by death everywhere, dead people, which smell especially bad.
This season where they've just had waves and waves and thousands of zombies that they're trying to transport down the street. Yeah, just the smell of all the dead is
Wait, they're
just
trying to transport the
that.
zombies?
Well, there was some sort of
Don't spoil this. I'm not in season
they
5
found
yet.
they found a cavern in, I guess they're in Atlanta, and a lot of the zombies had fallen into it, like a couple of
gross.
100,000, and they're still
Gross.
alive, walking around. Somebody blocked it with a semi truck so they couldn't get out. The semi truck collapsed and fell over, so now there's just what looked like hundreds of thousands of them coming back into the town,
Oh, that's a
Oh,
bad day.
whoops.
and they're still dealing with that.
That's a bad day.
But
Wow, once again, it is getting busier and busier here tonight.
It's a good night. Yeah.
Greg, speaking of that smell, though, don't you think that would give them away? That you'd be able to smell, 100 rotting bodies. You could smell that at a distance of a mile or more.
Yeah.
So you think that?
Well, I think
Yeah.
you're always within a mile of zombies. They seem to be in the show.
Well, that depends on large numbers of zombies. I've always wondered about the zombie apocalypse. To me, it's go to the shore, go to the seashore, get a boat, and then get some watchtowers.
Right.
And you have good sight lines on a beach. If the zombies approach, you get on your boat.
If you ever drive I-30 through the tip of Texas, you will come across a 30,000 head slaughterhouse for cattle.
You can smell it.
You can smell that place for miles.
And that's not even rotting meat. I mean, that's meat.
No,
that's
this
being
is.
swiftly
I'm talking about
processed.
the. I'm
Yeah.
talking about the manure.
Oh,
you're
I
going to
see.
smell the manure for miles. It's the worst place on the planet. I think. Well, I've never been to India, but it's the worst part of America. It's got to be. It's the most disgusting thing I've ever smelled in my life. Worse than a trash dump. It was bad. So
Well-
I can just imagine that millions of dead people.
But
Not
as,
so
far, as
good.
far as the end of the zombie apocalypse, yeah, it does raise a question. Zombies seem to like to eat human beings. Once they run out of a sufficient number of human beings, do they die of hunger? Do they?
Are the Walking Dead? Are they looking for brains, or they're just looking for flesh? Right.
Flesh. They're just
Okay.
looking for flesh.
Right.
So not the George.
I don't
A.
know.
The George A. Romero zombies were always about the brains, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Your original question, though, what's going to be a satisfying ending? I don't know. That's going to be a tough one.
Because they're in season 5 now.
right.
I think Fear of the Walking Dead is not going to make it past season 2. Nobody's
Unless
watching
something
it.
really changes about it, because we've already lived the experience of the apocalypse is happening.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're going to try and survive. We went through all that with this cast, and now to have them start all over again and say, okay, it's happening right now, and now we're going to learn to survive. And
They
it's
had
like,
a pretty
we've
good.
been through all this.
They had a pretty good idea of the breakdown of society when shit hits the fan.
right.
But
Military's still involved.
There's really only so far they can take that because there's a time period that obviously happens. Rick Grimes was only in the coma for a couple of weeks, months maybe.
right.
So it's not like they can stretch that out over a multi-season.
Unless they want to jump time
Well,
and eventually catch them up to where our current cast is.
let's talk about that all of a sudden. That makes me think. I saw a new preview for the X-Files, and I am
Oh.
suddenly
Really?
100%
You're all
on
in
board.
it. Before you were not.
I was very disappointed with what I saw the first time, but now I've seen
what they're planning. I've avoided the trailers for that as well.
not what they really don't give anything away with the trailers, but what you do get to see is a little more of Mulder
I
and
know what you meant,
Scully
yes.
interacting, and you actually see them acting a bit, and
Yeah.
and it brought me back 15 years.
To remember that
20
this
years.
was a well-acted show and
Yeah.
with good stories. I did see the
Yeah.
one trailer where her phone rings and she looks down at it, and she picks it up, and all he says is, "I'm here." And you look over and he's there in the suit and he's got the phone on. I'm like, "Oh yeah, it's it's back."
I think it's an interesting idea for a reboot. I was watching some of the season 2 recently because of this reboot coming up, and as I've always said about the X-Files, I'm like, this is an astonishingly bad show.
Bad?
The original X-Files. The individual Monster Hunt episodes I thought were interesting and
took
very
'em- it took
atmospheric.
'em-
Monsters of the Week sometimes
Yeah.
were better than
Yeah.
the actual conspiracy
Right,
episodes.
but the conspiracy episodes amount to we don't know anything that's going on, but somebody in a suit's going to come in here and say some mysterious stuff, and at the end we're not going to know anything that's going on.
But Art, wasn't it always more rewarding when you knew it was going to be one of the greater
Conspiracy
story arcs,
episodes.
one of the giant story
it
arcs?
was because
episodes?
I think because we were always hoping
we were
for some
hungry.
sort of conclusion.
We were hungry for that story. We wanted to see where it was going. And while the Monster of the Week was cool, some of them anyway.
Yeah.
It was a little frustrating, especially when they were stupid.
Right.
And you were just like,
I
we
think that
wasted
the
our week.
X-Files deserves to be given the Emmy for treading water.
It's funny, when it was out, it was always about we wanted the conspiracy episodes. We wanted
Well
the two-parter. And then I went back, and I've got every season on DVD. You go back and you just watch it, and you're not watching it for the conspiracy. You're just watching it to watch it. It's like, you know what, the Monster of the Week episodes, they
It
were
was-
more satisfying.
It was the
I like those
it
episodes
was the
better.
Michael Jordan of TV. They didn't know when to quit.
Yeah.
You know,
It's true.
they really should have got out after season 7. Is that when Mulder left?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
He sort of came back, and then I mean,
And then Xena, Princess Warrior, was in there, and it was like, what
yeah,
are you
she
doing in
was.
there?
And then the T-1000 was in there also.
Oh yeah, Robert Patrick.
But so you've seen a trailer that makes you want to catch it. It's only 6
Yeah,
episodes.
It's only 6 episodes, and I like that format of storytelling because they clearly have a story, a beginning and an ending in mind.
right. Treat it like a mini series.
And they're going to keep it a little open-ended at the end, but I do believe they're going to have a real story happen and end.
It's
It-
difficult for me that Deep Throat in the reboot is Winger from Community.
I know.
I don't know if I'm going to be
he's
able
a
to buy
huge
that.
he's a huge X-Files fan too, and he's getting to play a character in. That's all I know is that I saw him in one quick clip, but I haven't paid attention to it. But is that going to be distracting?
I love Community. It's like my
Right.
religion, but
I
I'm not sure if I can buy Joel
We're
McHale as
crossing over things.
as the big conspiracy shadow figure.
So at least it sounds like the X-Files has a plan.
Did they kill off the lone gunman?
Yeah, they killed him off in the middle of season 9.
Okay, good.
They did, but they're coming back.
No.
I don't know how. I don't even know how Cancer Man's coming back.
They-
he was
They
was
faked their
exploded.
deaths, obviously.
He was exploded at the end of it.
Well,
So it's all
clone-
about DNA and
cloning,
clones and
yeah.
stuff. So at least the X-Files has a plan, because it sounds like Showtime has announced that they're backing Twin Peaks up until 2017 now,
Oh my.
and that David
That
Lynch is
says
kind of
something.
batshit crazy. He's shooting all 12, 13 episodes as one long movie.
Good.
Once everything is shot, he's going to go back and chop them up into 1-hour episodes.
Wow.
Oh God, I can't.
You know how crazy
imagine.
that would be?
I
Like
can't
the guy with the
imagine
clapper, scene 750, take 1, and then the next week we're going to do scene 6. You know,
Yeah.
it's like how it just must be chaotic to keep track of all that. But he's directing them all, he's shooting them all.
Did you watch Fringe?
Scene 640, wherein the cast and crew lose their shit and devour David Lynch.
It's just, it's so much to ask of him to direct, and I'm sure he'll be hands-on with the editing. I hope he lives through it. He still fucking chain smokes like crazy.
How old
It's
is he?
amazing
Is
he's
he
alive.
in the 70s?
Yeah, I think he might be 70 now. But
Yikes.
But so that's what they announced. He's just going to shoot
Oregon.
all of it. He's just going to shoot all of the script, and then we'll just chop them up into episodes after the fact. But Showtime said we're backing up the launch date. It's coming, but we're not going to be out in 2016 now. That means it's still
Wait,
over
what?
a year away.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I hate when they announce stuff that early.
That is such a commitment of Showtime to give him that much latitude or leeway
Yeah.
to do. Basically, I guess they're saying do what you want.
Well, but he's recently made the announcement that he's backing it up. I mean, once you hire David Lynch and you get Kyle MacLachlan and everybody in the suit, and then
Right.
and then 3 weeks in, David Lynch says, "Guess what?
Well, this has been a struggle all the way through. He almost completely backed out of the deal completely.
He did completely back out and said, I won't be a part of it. And then that's when the internet and Showtime just lost their shit, and they were like, whoa, 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 let's sit down and talk about this. And then they came back to the table, and somehow they doubled the amount of episodes or something. And now David Lynch has to, Showtime's deal probably was, you have to direct every episode, though.
Well,
So-
well, if they've doubled the number of episodes, it only makes sense that now there are delays. It's a
Right.
much larger.
Yeah.
How are these
project.
fringe networks? And I'm not talking about Showtime, but I'm sorry. My brain works
But-
this way. How do these fringe things like Netflix and not Yahoo. Is it Yahoo?
Amazon.
No, it's
Amazon.
How are they getting the money to put behind
I have
these
no
really,
idea.
really good productions?
I
of
assume
things?
that's what the $99 yearly fee is from Amazon.
I mean, that's
Oh,
true. If you
I
want
don't know,
Amazon
man.
Prime,
two-day free delivery, that adds up.
It's
it
worth
does.
it.
We
I
have
mean,
we have the Amazon Prime. I
We-
love it.
We do too.
I mean, if you look at your orders and it says how many orders you've had in the last 6 months, I thought I had I don't know, I ordered 10 things, 25 things in the last 6 months. I'm like,
Have you ever
Every
clicked on
time-
it?
what did I order?
Every time that drone helicopter brings me the 36-pack of Trojans, I'm like, this was worth it at twice the price.
Do you have the Amazon app on your phone?
No, I'm
Hell
not
yeah.
that stupid.
Have you ever? Yeah, it's so tempting. Have you ever gone back and you click on your account, and you can go back to previous purchases? You can scroll all the way back like 12 years, and you can look back
Oh,
at
I
stuff
didn't-
you bought 12 years
Oh,
ago.
that's-
I know I can do
wow.
that on the computer if you tell it to go back a certain
You
amount
can
of
do
time.
it, and Cancer Man can do it too.
Yeah.
And you
That's
know what?
right.
I had to because I had to look up when I bought something to make sure I was still within the 1 year replacement
Ah,
warranty type thing.
I want to type in. I'm going to look back at
But-
something I
but
bought.
That's good for the show, Art.
Netflix is not
you just do that for 6 or 7 minutes. Go ahead.
Netflix is not a fringe operation at all. Netflix is a major entertainment
Oh,
juggernaut.
I know it is, but they still have operational costs, and I wonder how much internet service providers are charging them to exist. Because I read somewhere that Netflix accounts for 60% of all internet traffic.
Wow.
That's huge
In the universe,
in the
that's-
United States.
that's still a lot.
Yeah, that's significant.
They don't even do porn
No, but
No, wow.
or kittens.
they will start doing 4K delivery soon.
Yeah.
If they don't do it already, I think they do it already. I know that I watch it a lot. So I mean, that's people are replacing their cable service with Netflix and Hulu.
Right
And
here.
It just seems like, and me too. And it just seems like they should be charged more for delivery of that content because everybody is just gorging themselves on data.
Well, true, but on the other hand, it's also driving people to upgrade to faster speeds and bigger data plans and all that. So the internet service providers are riding those coattails.
Well, let's talk about that for a second. I have the bare minimum high speed, which is 15 megabit per second, and I
Right.
never get stuttering. I never get problems.
Is that based on where you live in Apopka, perhaps?
Maybe it's maybe
Because I can't upload for shit at home. Like, I'll have an episode of this for an hour, and it tells me it's going to take me 24 hours to upload.
upload is different.
Okay, upload is different.
Your download speed for the shittiest price is 15 megabit per second. Your upload is 1 megabit per second.
That's garbage.
Wow, that's crap.
And it does.
It
take
is. It really. It says.
forever.
It's, I hate it when that clock just goes and it switches to the 1 in the far left column, which means 1 day.
Yeah.
1 day, 23 hours, 15. Oh, hell.
What I love is that things that were absolutely impossible science fiction 10 years ago, today we
We're
just
complaining
complain that they
about.
don't work. Yeah. Exactly right.
And there's something about how if you want to see how people react under stress, don't take their internet away. Just slow it
Slow
down.
it down. It's just
real slow.
I know. If you rip the Band-Aid off and just take it away from them, they'll be like,
You're like,
but
well,
when it's
I'll
like,
go outside.
I
Yeah.
feel like this shouldn't even be a problem because countries like South Korea have like the world's fastest internet, and this isn't even a thing. Why are
They
like,
have infrastructure in a smaller area. We have 300 million square miles, and that's
I don't know, man.
I made that up, but we have a lot. We
I
have
was
a
like,
lot.
I
Of,
don't know
I
about
mean,
that.
to deliver everything is a process.
so, fun fact,
Fun fact:
What do you got?
June 2nd, 2002.
my birthday.
June 2nd?
Nice.
June
All right,
2nd.
June
Ding,
2nd,
ding,
2002, while we were celebrating your birthday, I purchased from Amazon the complete 3rd season of the X-Files DVD box
Oh my
sets.
God.
Holler.
Now, how much did I pay for that?
Don't.
Back then.
Only madness lies down this path.
I
I'm
know.
pretty sure it's available on Netflix.
Now it's, of course,
Yeah.
everything is on Netflix, correct?
Yes.
Oh, it's not letting me view the order.
Except the one
Maybe
TV
that's
show
for
I
the
want to
best.
watch.
which is
I want to watch
Two
all
Broke
of
Girls.
No, I want
show
to
is
see
terrible.
Secret
She can't
Diary
act.
of a Call Girl, and it's not
Oh.
on anything.
Ooh.
This is a problem
Is
today.
that the Heidi Fleiss story?
I don't remember.
it-
It's just about a chick who needs money, so she starts becoming. She's a
Whore.
high-end escort. Yeah,
In
high-end
Mars.
escort.
It's,
Starts whoring herself out.
Billy Piper, I think, is the actress.
All right, we lost that
Yes.
camera. Did we lose this one?
This one says time left an hour and 36 minutes, and then time left
All right,
59
the red
minutes.
light went off on both of those, which means
Okay.
we're down to just the GoPro and that one, which means we've hit the 1 hour and 3 minute mark. We have
Hey, man.
still so much more to talk about.
We
Technical
do.
difficulties, ladies and
We
gentlemen.
do.
know.
Why'd you run those both at the same time?
Because I figured we're just going to do one show and then
All
that's
right.
it. Because
All right.
anything more than an hour, I don't think people watch more than an hour on the YouTube.
You know what?
They
You're,
probably don't.
you're probably right.
We should have been cutting these in half. but
Art is like Tom Hanks in that Apollo movie.
Oh, you know what? That's not a bad idea to cut these down into
cut these
15-minute
into
slices.
Cut them into two
and
parters
just
at
start
the very
start
least.
uploading daily or something.
Oh, that makes it look like we're doing more work.
Yeah, it does.
But we're not.
Well,
I
yeah.
think Art would be.
2 cameras cut off. So I guess I'm going to not
let's
say
wrap it
hello
up.
to this camera. I'm
We'll
just
wrap
going
it
to
up.
say goodbye and the camera number 4 over there. Camera 4 saying, my name is Art Miles.
My name is Greg Moan.
And I'm Brian Downs.
Queen Q.
and Queen Q, and welcome to Gods and Monsters. Come on down here anytime you want. They're here 7 days a week, most hours,
They're
and this is the time
always-
to be here because
always
Star
serving
Wars,
beer.
Star Wars is right around the corner. Come around out here for beer and wine at the Off-World Lounge. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.